Hi, I'm Mark Lawther and I'm back again with another review. This week we are looking at 13 Assassins by Takashi Miike. 13 Assassins is a remake of a 1963 movie. It's set in the late 1800s, coming to the end of the Edo period, which is basically coming to the end of the time of the samurais. Naritsugu is basically a dictator. He puts the dick in dictator, let me tell you. And he is the brother of the new shogun. He is quite an evil person, evil just for the sake of it. He's kind of like the Joffrey in this film, I think, from Game of Thrones. He rapes women, murders kids, kills men. This is shown to us early in the film, and instantly we just hate him. We are also introduced to Shizumin. He is quite an elderly samurai. He has been tasked with taking out Naritsugu. So he collects a bunch of people and they're known as the 13 Assassins. Takashi Miike is definitely an interesting director. He makes so many films. All are very different. You got Audition, which is hailed as one of the best Japanese horror films ever made. You've got Terraformers, based off a manga, which was pretty bad. Ichi the Killer, which is still a film I'm dying to see. There are so many films he's made, and I think this is definitely one of his better ones. This film is famous for its 45-minute battle scene, which I completely forgot about when going into this. I watched it when I got home from work at 3 in the morning and I couldn't sleep, so I decided to watch this, and I can tell you, I did not once fall asleep or get bored the whole 2 hours of watching this. This film does have a slow build-up. The 45-minute battle scene does take place at the end, obviously. At no point did I get bored, and the last battle sequence only was better because of its slow build-up. The only issue is, the characters just aren't really developed enough. Neither the villain nor the heroes. But somehow I managed to care about the characters. We hate Naritsugu so much that we want these men to succeed in killing him. Although we don't learn a lot about most of their backstories, or sometimes we don't even hear them talk much at all. Nevertheless, we can tell these are decent people who want to do the right thing and are willing to sacrifice their lives for the greater good. Naritsugu is travelling and the assassins set up a trap at a nearby town. Unfortunately, what they don't realise is how much men Naritsugu is actually going to bring with him. What happens is an army of 200 versus 13. The battle scene is epic. There are some CGI parts in it, but they're very few, and there only is one that's kind of a bit, well, it's really outdated. You'll know what I mean when you see it. This battle scene did not feel like 45 minutes. I forgot it was 45 minutes when I started watching it, and it flew by. It is really well edited and really well paced. It's not just constant sword bashing and stuff like that there. There is dialogue exchange between characters at brief moments. Our characters are trying to help each other out, and we do care about these characters because they are at a real struggle, and regardless of their situation, they are trying to achieve their mission. I only found out it was 45 minutes afterwards, and I was quite surprised because I just thought it was about 20 minutes. That's what it felt like. Probably one of the biggest problems for most people is that it takes a good hour before things start actually happening. There is a lot of build-up. Personally, I really love this because we got to spend time with the characters. Even though we didn't learn much about them, I got to know them just through their actions and what they did, and I started to like them more and more, and I really did not want them to die. So by the time it got to the actual battle scene, I was fully invested. It's like people complained about the opening to King Kong. It took about half an hour before they actually reached the island, which I liked because we got to spend more time with the characters first. Sometimes a slow build-up is great and makes the last payoff a lot better. This film actually got me interested in Japanese history, and I really want to do more research on it now that I finished it. This is a great samurai martial arts film. Unfortunately, it just has a few drawbacks, keeping it from being perfect. If the characters were a bit more developed, I'd say it would definitely be 100% amazing. But unfortunately, because of this, I know some people are not going to get as invested as me. If you have a low attention span, I don't know if you'll even make it past the first hour. You'll have to do a lot of reading, which I know some people don't like. Which I always find weird because after a while I just forget I'm reading. And I find myself paying more attention to what characters are actually saying. So I'm going to give this film an 8 out of 10. It is gritty, action-packed, and the last hour of this film is very entertaining. So that's all I really have to say about 13 Assassins. I don't really want to say any more because it might ruin things for you. So please keep watching my videos. He has been tasked with taking out Naritsugu. Naritsugu. Fucking ice cream man. Every day.